Hello, my name is Tim, my company is Sports and Touring, and we are Jaguar F-Type specialists. I am particularly delighted to show you this F-Type Chequered Flag edition. The Chequered Flag pulls together a number of very attractive things into a very exciting package. And particularly, the way the aesthetics work, the way the gloss black appointments and detail work, the way that the gyrodyne wheels, which are as usual diamond turned, but are gloss black behind the diamond turned face, come together accented against this glorious Caldera red or Pangin red paint, just to make a feast for the eyes. It's in beautiful condition. Let's take a look around. There it is, the Chequered Flag logo that marks this out as a special edition F-Type. And it's not just a special edition thrown together by a marketing department without thought. It's a special edition which really does pick out some of the very best things in the F-Type brochure and bring them together. But it brings them together too with this stunning colourway. The gloss black vents against the red. The way again that the panoramic roof works with the A to B pillar over the side windows. The way this deep red colour picks out the haunches and the black helps to emphasise that shape. The black trim here above the rear splitter, which again creates a beautiful punctuation mark for the eyes. It all adds up to a stunning aesthetic. And this example is in genuinely fabulous condition. We're very particular, as you may already know, about the F-Types that we retail. The foundation stone of the business, in fact, is quality. And this car lives up to our expectations very handsomely indeed. The paintwork is excellent. The wheels are in fabulous order. The tyres are excellent, Pirelli P0s, by the way, and everything around the vehicle is just as it should be. It's passed all our inspections without a hitch. Let's take a look inside. The car comes, of course, with 2 remote key fobs and the owner's book pack. But as long as the key is somewhere about your person, in a pocket, for example, all you need to do is walk up to the car and press the button. And the keyless entry system will unlock the door, unfold the power fold mirrors, and enable you to get inside. And what a beautiful cockpit this is. The door card, which is in jet with gorgeous contrast white stitching, looks sensational. It's unblemished and perfect. We've got Meridian sound and the 12-way memory seat package. Everything in perfect order with no marks or defects of any kind. Then looking into the cockpit, we'll see that we have the beautiful illuminated tread plate script in red there, accenting the body colour of the car. And these beautiful performance seats in jet leather with the stitched Chequered Flag logo on the headrest. And you'll notice that the leather is perforated, and that not only looks fabulous, but it serves to make the seats function with the cooling and heating system in them as well. We've got, of course, the Chequered Flag floor mats and a sumptuous cockpit to look into. Sitting down, and well, one of the first things that we notice is the steering wheel centre indicator, useful if you're handling the car at speed, of course, on a skid pan in particular, to know exactly where dead ahead is, but also a very gorgeous looking thing and a notable feature of this Chequered Flag. Looking around the rest of the cockpit, we can see we have the usual netting stowage there between the 2 headrests. Under the armrest, we've got a little cubby hole with USB sockets, 12-volt socket, and the micro SIM card as well. Cup holders there with the additional little holder in the middle, which will take one of those small drink cans. And to explore further, let's start up the supercharged V6 with the stop-start button down here. As we do that, you'll see the instrument binnacle do its self-test flying display, and the centre air vent will rise up into the operating position as well. A lovely engine note. The revs a little higher than they will be in a while because the car over revs in order to protect the catalytic converter on startup. And we can take a look down then at the centre console where we've got the Eco Stop Start button, the switch to manually deploy the rear spoiler, very important if you're washing the car to put the spoiler up so that you keep it nice and clean underneath. Traction control on off, and the switch for the active switched sports exhaust as well. Those valves in the exhaust which make the engine note throatier when you wish to drive around in a sporty driving style. Electronic parking brake, of course, with hill start assist, and the very beautiful shift stick. It is such a design highlight of the F-Type cockpit. It falls beautifully into the hand. The ergonomics, I should say, around this cockpit are all brilliant. Pull the trigger on the front, move the stick back, and we are into drive mode, and then we can go sideways into sports gearbox mode where we can shift up and down using the shift stick. We can always, of course, use the flappy paddles on the steering wheel. I prefer the flappy paddles because it keeps my hands on the wheel, and especially if I'm manoeuvring on a track, for example, that lets me keep in 100% control of the car at all times. Back down to the centre console, and we've got the driving mode selector switch. Standard driving mode at the moment, we go forward into rain, ice and snow, which really calms things down for slippery road conditions. It makes the throttle response particularly much slower, and that makes driving easier in winter weather. Back through normal standard mode and into dynamic driving mode, and as we do that you'll see dynamic mode confirmed is announced on the instrument binnacle, and the backlighting turns red as well. Back over to the centre console, and we'll take a look at the climate controls. So dual zone climate, passenger and driver can have their own choice of temperature. Air conditioning, timed recirculation of course, and another option that is very attractive on an F-Type is the electrically heated front windscreen. It clears so much quicker in the winter when there's ice or mistiness around. The seats, as I say, heated and cooled, 3 stages either way. Simply press the button and dial in the seat temperature that you wish. Up to the infotainment, and it doesn't come well through on the video because it's so bright, but I hope you can see there that we have the updated, wider infotainment screen. We can slide left there and see that we've got the home page, which is configurable with your own choice of features. You can change those to suit your particular preference. Back across, and we've got navigation, media and Bluetooth telephony. And if we swipe further right, you can see a range of options, including of course Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, both of which work absolutely brilliantly in the F-Type. Carrying on, we can see we've got in-control apps and valet mode as well. Very fully featured, very easy to use. The hotkeys down the bottom here enable you, for example, to go straight to navigation at any time. Onto the steering wheel, and we've got the multifunction switches, of course, on the left-hand side for the infotainment and Bluetooth telephony. On the left-hand stalk, the automatic headlamps. On the right-hand thumb pad, we've got the heated steering wheel, again fantastic in cold weather to have your hands permanently warmed while you're driving, and the cruise control and active speed limiter. And on the right-hand stalk, the rain-sensitive wipers. Down here in front of my right knee, we have the lane departure warning, remote tailgate, fog lights, and the instrument binnacle dimmer too. So a very well equipped F-Type. There are hardly any options missing from this particular car. If you'd taken a standard F-Type V6 all-wheel drive and specified it with this amount of equipment, it would have been very expensive indeed to buy. And above us, of course, the glorious panoramic sunroof, this enormous acreage of glass which lets the light flood in, but if it gets a bit too much, a bit too hot, slide the cover across and normality returns. Everything around the cockpit in just stunning order. This car has been so carefully looked after. It's well up to our retail standards. Everything just in beautiful condition throughout, with no wear, no blemishes to remark upon at all. Let's switch off and take a look in the boot. One of the most attractive things about the F-Type is how easy it is to live with, not least because for a two-seat sports coupe, it has a very sizable boot, over 300 litres of space in fact. It extends right out behind the rear wheels, so you can get golf clubs or fishing rods in. And as long as you pack soft-sided bags, or you could even treat yourself to one of the bespoke luggage sets that makes the best advantage of the space and lets you turn up in style. But either way, it's a very practical space. There's an additional little cubby hole down here, by the way, as well. So plenty of room for a touring trip. Maybe you'll be lucky enough, as a lot of F-Type owners do, to set off to the north of Italy to explore those glorious driving roads there. On the passenger side of the car, and again, everything is in stunning order. The door card is perfect. The tread plate with the illuminated Jaguar logo, the dashboard, the center console, the carpet and mat, and this beautiful performance seat in jet leather with that contrast white stitching, just in stunning order. Under that big F-Type bonnet is, of course, the power plant. 3 litres, supercharged, V6 configuration, producing 380 horsepower and driving this F-Type from 0 to 60 in just 4.9 seconds. And once you've gone all the way through the 8-speed ZF automatic gearbox onto a top speed of 171 miles per hour. It's a thrilling experience in terms of power and speed, but the Jaguar F-Type is about so much more than that. It's about the connection you feel between you and the car and the road and your journey, and the entertaining and engaging way that Jaguar have achieved that with this car really is very special indeed. Again, you can see everything under the bonnet, very crisp and clean, nothing remarkable at all. The service history is excellent. Main dealers and one noted independent specialist. The car drives perfectly. It's passed all our inspections, and it is ready and waiting to thrill its next keeper. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been a great pleasure to show you this beautiful checkered flag. We're Sports and Touring. We're just outside Andover in Hampshire. We're open 7 days a week by appointment only. You're very welcome to telephone, email or WhatsApp if you've got any questions, or if you'd like to see the car in person or by video call. It'll be a pleasure to send you a link to the Google Drive. That's our online folder with higher resolution photos which you can zoom in on, and PDF copies of important documents like the service history. If you've got a car to dispose of on your buying journey, we'll give you frank and honest advice about how to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience. And if you'd like to talk about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA, and we work with a really brilliant broker. Do please take a few moments to read our reviews in Auto Trader. I'm very proud indeed of the things our previous customers say about us. And I'll close by saying thank you once more. Do feel free to like and subscribe to us here on YouTube. And we will look forward to hearing from you very soon indeed.